Yo. Sorry, everybody. Holy crap. Let me tell you what. Golly, that bright. That is incredibly bright in my face. There we go. Sorry, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome back. Carolina Keith, regular Keith, Professor Keith, normal Keith, whatever you want to call me. I'm just Keith, just a dude out here trying to make it, doing my best to help everybody the best I can. So, network issues. Sorry. Things went berserk over here when I tried to start the stream. Streaming service didn't work. Then once the streaming service worked, then the modem went out. So when the modem goes out and the streaming service drops, guess what? Nothing works. Nothing works. Computer won't even start. Had to reset all that, which means all the streams got kicked, all the stream links, all the streamer configurations, all of this just went poof and disappeared. But nonetheless, we're back. We're back. So let me make sure everything's working here first. It is good to go. So without further ado, let's get off into it, shall we? Let me drop some of these, this stuff off the screen and we'll get cracking. I'm going to check the comments. Everybody, if you're on X, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Rumble, please do me a solid. Let me know if the audio and video works. I reset everything 13 times and I think it's all working now, but I'm not sure. What's up, Matt? What's up, Apollora? What's up, Sig? What's up, Jeremy? Crypto. Can someone let me know if you got good audio video on X? Over on Rumble, let's go check Rumble. Busted says we're good on Rumble. Someone else on Rumble, let me know if we're good or if we ain't. And over on the YouTubes, somebody let me know if we're good over there. I don't know, so I can't see them all at one time. You know what I mean? I can't see them all at one time. It's really wonky how everything kind of crapped out on me and did this to me. So I'm just trying to make the best of it. Mike Isaac, let me know if YouTube's working right. Got good audio, got good video. Someone on Rumble, do the same for me, please. And over on X, let me know. And then we'll get to crack. Oh, thank you, Apollora. Perfect. It's perfect. Thank you. So, all right. I'll start with X because I know we got good audio, video over on X. Whew, what a crappy setup, dude. Everything worked and then bam, everything didn't. I hate that kind of crap. It really annoys me, dude. So we come a long way here. After all the epic fails that Bitcoin made, in the last couple days, it's tried to battle back. Now, I'm going to highlight a few things here. I want to talk about Bitcoin first, and then we'll get off into some TA stuff, and then we'll kind of work towards what else we can find here, okay? So first things first. We do very simple stuff around here and we keep it easy on purpose. We don't ever want to get too complicated with technical analysis because for what it's worth, most of you don't have time to sit around and do this all day long. I understand that completely. You don't have time to sit and watch, wait and wonder and, oh man, let me chart this, this. You don't have time for that. I fully get it. I'm a normal guy just like you and I understand what happens when you don't have time to do stuff. You get very frustrated and irritated and bulled up and you don't know what to do. So you just stop and you just quit. We've always talked about it here on Crypto After Dark with 786 Assassins. We don't want that to happen to you. We want you to chart and be able to voice your opinion and talk about what you see or what you don't see with everyone so we can all see it together and we can all be a part of it, right? So we keep it very simple on purpose. Basic trends, some basic trend lines. You can add some very simple indicators, some very simple oscillator indicators, and we can do a ton of good technical analysis with nothing more than that, right? Make sure we're good to go everywheres. Let's see. Sup Carmine. You got good audio, video, let me know. Also, if y'all are watching from somewhere, hey man, let me know where you're watching from, what time it is there, what you're looking at, etc., etc. And we'll look at some more stuff. Thank you, Mike Isaac. All right, appreciate it. So first thing I want to note is this red line that you see right here. Can't miss it. That's our first initial downtrend line. We're still under that. That's not good. That's not going to work. All right. We need to be over this trend line somewhere. And as you see, we're not even close to it. That's a little bit disheartening. Not going to lie. Good news. If we scroll out a little bit here and zoom out, you'll note that we have a trend line right here in red that's still running up. And believe it or not, it's still managing to hold water. See it right there? Perfect. Still hanging on. Not perfect, but close enough. And on a longer term trend, I tend to give it a little bit more wiggle room just in case I'm wrong. But as you see, Nonetheless, if I drew it tighter up here, if I drew it looser down here, wouldn't matter. We're still all very, very close to the trend line. And for what it's worth, seems to barely be hanging on. All right, cool. So we're over this trend. We're under this trend. We're in a short-term consolidation going sideways. This thing is driving right in to the corner of this wedge right here, as you see. So we're going to get a breakout one way or the other. There's going to be a breakout. Which way is it going to go? Well, that determines all of our fates for the short-term future. I'm going to put the moving averages back up. This 200 moving average that you see right here, this is one of the strongest, toughest markers on the chart. She doesn't want to give up easy. She's kind of holding back water, doesn't want to let things flow. That's the way it is and the way we got to deal with it. Ain't nothing we can do about it. So until this improves, well, we're kind of still stuck in the mud. Sorry. All right. I wish it was better, but it's not. Let me check real quick in the Discord, make sure everything's working. I know these guys are getting frustrated. Let's see. I want to make sure some of these links work. It looks like this one works. I'm looking at Rumble. Yeah, it works. Yeah. Yeah, over in Rumble. I see 25 people over on Rumble watching, man. Jump in the comments and say, hey, let me know where you're watching from. I shout out everyone who comes on the stream and hollers at me. Same thing with X and YouTube. Jump out and say, hey. Anyway, strongest magnet on the chart is this 200 moving average. When the price gets near the 200, it tends to get sticky. All right. Price doesn't like to leave this 200 moving average. And when it does, it typically goes really rapidly away from it and takes a long time to come back to it. But as you see, we're stuck in the mud underneath it right now. Would be much better if we were over top of it. We ain't. Sorry, wish it was better, but it ain't. Next, I'll drop the 200 moving average off and we'll just have the 8 exponential moving average, which is a little faster, a little quicker. As you see, under it, we need 2 closes over this for buy signals. 2 consecutive closes in a row. We do not have that yet. We don't even have one yet. As you see, the last 4 days ran up to that green line right there, but did not cross it. Okay, cool. That's our first little, okay, maybe this is ready to go time. And as you see on the daily chart, it just ain't made it yet. We're on a daily chart up here, right? We like to do everything on monthly, weekly, and daily. High time frames that gives you the best chance to watch the most stuff without getting too confused. That's the way I like to talk about it all the time, to kind of keep it simple for everyone. Let you know, hey, you don't have to go too far down the rabbit hole. It's really not necessary, okay? Monthly, weekly, daily is more than enough for most people. Either way, we're not over that yet. That's 2 negative. We are a mile from that 50-day moving average. It's $20,000 area. And as you can see, kind of lets me know we're going to come up here and get some sort of a trend bounce and test at some point. When? Gosh, I don't know, but sooner would be better than later, wouldn't it? I would agree. All right, cool. That's all of our moving averages. How about Bollinger Bands? We use these Bollinger Bands so we can see volatility incoming, right? When the Bollinger Bands pinch very, very tightly like they did right here, we tend to get volatile movement. And that's exactly what happened. Look at that thing jump down there. As soon as those Bollinger Bands got tight, she snapped and she busted off down to the right. Pause.
Pause.
She busted off down to the right. Pause.
Pause.
Don't say that no more, Keith.
Bruh.
I ain't going to say it no more. She fell off rapidly. So once it fell off rapidly, it hasn't recovered yet. Good news is it did get back inside the Bollinger Bands. Problem is it hasn't crossed that midline yet, which typically means once it crossed the midline, it can try to attack this upper band up here on the Bollinger Bands. Now, as you can see, it hasn't hit that upper Bollinger Band since, well, midway January. That's the last time it touched it. Been a while. Working on 2 months now. Okay, so I think this thing's going to boil a little bit to the right and up. I think it's going to kind of boil up and to the right there. And these Bollinger Bands are going to continue to come in here and squeeze and kind of pinch. Once they squeeze and pinch, we're going to hit an inflection point when something has to happen. Question is that going to be up or down? We'll know as we approach. It is getting very, very close. All right, cool. So how about some other oscillator indicators? All right, cool. Here's an oscillator indicator, the RSI. RSI, as you see, hella oversold just the other day. As a matter of fact, 2 weeks ago when we streamed, it was down there. Recently, she's jumped back up, but all it did was hit the nominal trading range between 40 and 50 and failed. All right. Now, since then, she's just kind of consolidating to the right again. Much ado about nothing. MACD, as you can see, the last several days, it's been more sellers than buyers. But look, the sellers are starting to fall off and the sellers are losing volume. Look at the divergence that we had between the blue and the orange lines. They were very diverged. Not only are they very diverged, but look how far they are from the midline. They're a mile away. It's oversold. MACD's way down. Sell volume is falling off. Blue is going to cross orange again soon. RSI, nominal. Bollinger Bands, sideways or up. Moving averages, pinned down. Trend line up. Trend line down. To me, folks, as wild as this seems, looks like sideways and up. I know. Wait a minute. I get it. Hold on.
Wrong.
I know what you're thinking. It's only going to go down. I get it. Rewind. Listen. Think about it. I'm going to show you some more stuff here. We're way down. We're oversold. Altcoins are getting smashed. Tons of liquidity events. Non-stop wipings of shorts. Let me show you some more, go a little deeper on this, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about here. It hasn't happened like this in a while, and I'll show you what I mean. Some structures have changed. Some price action has kind of wonked out a little bit, and that leads me to think we're going to get some good price action coming in here, finally, after waiting forever. All right, so I'm going to drop down to the low time frames, which is what I don't do very often. Let me check the comments right quick and make sure everything's working. What's up, Crypto Andrew? What's up, Nick? Sorry if it took a while to get all this stuff working. What's up, Stifler? Good to see you, brother. All right, let's check X. What's up, Crypto Queen? How you doing? Andrew Ionoscu, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. All right, so I've dropped way down to the lower time frames to show you some basic structure on some candles here. Now, you'll see I've got green lines drawn on the top. I've got some blue lines drawn here on the bottom. What the hell does this mean? Very confusing to the layperson. And by the way, my last name's Lay. So if you ever wonder, oh wow, what does that mean to the layperson?
Bruh.
It means me.
Come on, man.
So I'm going to clean this chart up and I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to leave this one though, because this is the one I actually use, but I'm going to draw this out again on a nice, fresh, clean chart so you can kind of understand it. All right. BTC USD. We'll use the Bitstep pair. Actually, let's do a clean one. What else we got? Yeah, Binance. I never used that one. Perfect. So I'm down on the low time frames. I'm on the 2 hour. What I'm going to do is just start by finding my highs and finding my lows, and I'm going to mark those with horizontal lines. Very easy and very simple to do. And you can clearly see the highs and the lows, yeah? There's a high right there. There's a low. There's a low. There's a high. There's a low. There's a high. You can see that. That's not that complicated. Cool. So I'm going to grab a horizontal line tool. Or I'm going to grab regular old trend line tool right here. Trend lines. And I'm going to start marking these highs. Now, what I want you to know is sometimes these wicks get a little wonky. If you got some wonky wicks that don't line up with the rest, I tend to use where most of the wicks are. Every once in a while, charts get a wild hair and they throw an odd wick. So I like to lean on the side of caution when I can. I'm going to go with the lower part right here and kind of try to dodge that wick. See that wick right there? I'm going to try to dodge that. I don't think that wick is legit. So I'm going to actually come over here to this spot and draw my trend line. All right, so there's my high. I just marked it with that green line right there. I'm going to change it to a dashed line. It's a little easier for me to see because that's how it works for my brain. All right, so the next high is right here. I'm going to mark that one. Kind of like that. Okay, cool. So I'll keep going to the right here. Keep working my way to the right. And you can go back as far as you want, but I'll explain why it's not necessary in a second. All right, so I know we got a low down here somewhere. This is a very, very odd wick. So I'm going to go over to the shorter one right here. And I'm going to draw that low out. All right, I'm going to make these blue instead of green because they're on the bottom. And I got one more little low right here that looks like it's forming. Just recently, in the last 6 hours, it's made that low. Okay, cool. So now I've got highs marked and I've got lows marked. Now, why does this matter? And what does it mean? Well, what I'm going to talk about next is something that you don't see actually happening, but a lot of people are keeping track of. You're going to see tons of little updates that get dropped all the time, like on X or Reddit or YouTube. $100 trillion liquidated. Oh, mass liquidation event. I'm going to explain to you how those work now and understand why most people like to do it this way. It's more complicated and most people don't like it, but I'm going to explain it. All right, cool. So I've got the big high right here and the next high. I got one more little high, and this last recent one we made just before the stream started. All right, let's see. Well, it started a little bit ago, but you get what I'm saying, right? This is the last little high. I'm gonna grab this one right here, pull one more line over, bam. So when you're looking at these, typically all this very aggressive fall off in price is where shorts entered. So right here, shorts started to pile up and really pushed it down and ran the price down. Price started to creep back up. Oh, it's feeling good, but it never quite reached this pinnacle where the shorts started. All right, this was short entries. Okay, so I'm going to draw that out right there with a little label called a call out box. We'll call that short entries. Got it? Good. Short entries. So the shorts entered and they ran way down here. Now, interestingly enough, here was our last low before all that happened. Let's draw it way over there. Put it in blue. So all the longs came running in right here. This was long entries. Long entries. Perfect. All the longs started piling up right here and running in, and they sprinted this price up very aggressively. Great. Then it slowed down. And once it slowed down, the shorts started piling in, and the shorts drug this thing down here. Didn't quite make it all the way back to the longs where they started, because typically most wise traders will set a stop loss underneath where they entered just in case, to be careful. So imagine I took this spot right here and I went long. 100x leverage, being a degenerate. I'm going to set a stop loss just below that to be careful, because I don't want to lose my ass. All right. That red line was my stop loss. Bam. Longs go in. I'm killing it. I'm the king. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, we're good. Back up. Keep going. We didn't do anything. We made a bunch of longs and a bunch of shorts, and then the price kind of bounced around in between for a little bit. Nothing happened. Some longs entered, some shorts entered, some profits got taken. Great. Basically, trading was just doing the wave back and forth. No biggie. Then things got interesting. At this little peak, shorts started piling in again. If you look closely here, that was a bearish engulfing after a very large run up. You got a bearish engulfing. Two long entries and two short entries. Excellent. Now we're trading back and forth. Question is, which ones are going to get knocked out first? Now we're playing the knockout game. Who's going to get knocked out first? Remember, we've got stop losses set down here. We've got, believe it or not, stop losses up here for our shorts. Got short stop losses there. Got one right here too, right? That was another short entry. We got a stop loss right here for this long. A lot of stop losses, huh? A lot of gambling going on, huh? It's getting real degenerate, huh? Exactly. Things start to chop out and they take a very dramatic tumble. A very dramatic tumble. And you can start to see these downtrends forming in here. We'll make this a regular old red line. Not good. Downtrend. Just hammering it. And it goes so far that it eventually gets to our secondary long entry point and gets our stop losses and kicks them. Not good. Guess what, folks? You just got liquidated. These longs who came in after these longs, these are called late longs, they just got liquidated. Nuked, done. So once they get nuked and liquidated, I like to turn the line red. because now it's gone. Stop loss, blown, we're liquidated, we're done. Price comes down some more, and it looks like we're going to get through this trend line right here, doesn't it? Nope. Immediate rejection, bam, all the way down to the only longs that were left, and we nuked them too. Just like that, shorts just took out longs at this level and at this level. And this, mind you, only happened not too long ago. This was Friday a couple weeks ago, right? We were watching all this stuff happen live, okay? We've nuked those longs. We've nuked those longs. It keeps coming down. It keeps coming down. Finally, gets down here to this level where we have a couple candles throw. All right, we lost this stop loss. It kicked us out on that one. We lost these longs. We can erase those now. They're done. Turned it red, done. Long entry, done. But down here, more longs start to come in again and start to try to play ball. And guess what? Just like that, the trend gets broken. Now we have a little uptrend. As long as we have a little uptrend, I'm looking for longs in here. I want to buy and buy and buy and buy. All this right here crushed us with shorts and sales. Shorts and sales. Nothing but sell pressure on top of sell pressure on top of sell pressure, just crushing us along the way. But now that we moved off the bottom and created a little short-term cutout uptrend right here, hey, that's promising. Longs have begun to pile in again. Excellent. We ran up, made a little short-term failure, but here we are again, trying to come off this bottom and make more longs again. Excellent. What I like about this is that from Thursday, March 6th, all the way to March 10th, we got nothing but downward sell pressure, tons of it. And for the first time, we're starting to see the bulls fight back. It's not very much, and it's not very dramatic, but you're starting to see them fight back. Now, it's important to note that a couple times we liquidated some shorts. Shorts really piled in up here the other day on the 24th when we had that big red fall off. Price ran back up and did get those shorts and kick them out. Excellent, right? Then they come piling in again right here. Shorts come up and kick them out again. Very nice. Question is, what are we going to do about the rest of them that are still up there hanging out since they started this downtrend? Are we going to run up here, kick them shorts out, or are we going to sit here and flounder around and come down and take some more longs out? Well, tough to say. I'm leaning toward taking out more shorts. If you go look at the amount of liquidity that's piled up between all the exchanges, you'll see that right now shorts are overwhelming the longs by a pretty good margin. You'll find out that most of the liquidation levels are at 95 and 100. Most of the big money that's left to try to take the market down entered at 95 and at 100. Roughly in there, all right? A lot of people argue this. In order for the market to make its dramatic moves, we're going to need some liquidation events in here. And since most of the longs have been liquidated and wiped out already, there's nothing left to take out but shorts. All right? That's the argument for market structure trading. Everything I just showed you can be applied to the daily time frame or the weekly time frame or the monthly time frame. This is more effective on low time frames for me because you're going to get more out of it. You're not going to get stuck waiting for months on a trade to happen. You can drop all the way down to 15-minute. You're doing this on a 15-minute, right? It's the same principle, though. There's the high. There's the low. This is where the longs came in. This is where the short came in. I'm liquidating shorts up here. I'm liquidating longs down here. I'll stay in this long. Hold on, I forgot to move the chart over. I'll stay in this long right here. This is 15-minute, by the way. You can see the little uptrend right there. I will stay in this long as so long as it's on this side of the trend line, so long as it doesn't fail onto this side of the trend line. I will stay in this long until then. If it comes over here, that's when I start scaling out. All right? If it gets down here, all the way down to that blue line, boy, she's nuking longs, and she might even go farther than that. All right? Might even come down here and take these out. So you have to play very carefully. Okay, cool. That's market structure trading. This is what most of what the big name channels are going to do. This is most of what they're going to come on and talk about and show you and say, oh, look at this. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at this. I don't hate this style, but the problem with this style is it's very time consuming. It works great. It's very time consuming. And for most of y'all who are like me or like everybody else, You don't got a bunch of time to sit and do this all day. I fully understand it if you don't want to do it and you don't want to use it, but it does help. It does help a very good amount. I want you to do the same thing that I just did on the daily charts. Pick your favorite asset. I don't care which one it is. Pick your favorite asset. See if you can find the lows. See if you can find the highs. What I want you to do, Tui, is after you do that, after you find them, I want you to either come share them in our Discord or share them to me over on X. Post them up on my timeline. I don't care. WAP.com/team786 is right here at the bottom. Come and check us out. Right there you go. WAP.com/team786. That's the first 30 minutes for YouTube. It goes by real fast. It goes by real fast. You don't think it's going to go by that fast, and then poof, it's gone just as fast as it started. So thank y'all for watching over on YouTube. I'm sorry the stream didn't work correctly. I don't know what the hell was going on with the software. Nonetheless, if you're still watching, come on over to X. Come on over to Rumble. We'll keep this going. We're going to go through a whole bunch of other assets. Go look at a whole bunch more stuff. I've got several to look at. Thank y'all for watching on YouTube. We'll see you next week. And for everybody on X and Rumble, shout out to y'all. Shout out to X and Rumble. How y'all doing, man?